Hi farmers, this is Fred here. Welcome to the channel. So it's high time now here in Kenya as we prepare for the rains. We start what we call rad preparations, and this is what I've been doing. I've been digging here. These are quarter acre. It goes all around, and it's high time we start preparing our runs very early on the onset of rains. So here is a guide on what you should do. Once you do what you dig, other do what we call minimum tillage. They don't dig, they just leave the rod like that, so that the soil compositions remain the same. But for me, I do what we call, I dig so that I can eliminate all the weeds, and for easier, yeah, because I use a lot of manure. So once you dig, make sure you you trim the trees. As you can see here, I have trimmed the trees, and these are the firewood that I've got. So the main purpose of trimming the trees is to prevent, remember, as you can see, those trees, they have what they have for shade, yeah? And that shade will prevent your plant, whichever fodder or plant that you're planting, the growth rate will be deterred by the shadow brought about by the trees, as you can see there. So the first thing that you do once you dig, make sure that you trim the trees well, so that there can be sunlight penetration, air circulation, and all that. Yeah. Once you do that, you see these are also an added advantage because you have firewood if you use firewood. But for me, in this case, I'm going to sell this firewood, and then you start either digging holes for planting depending on what you want. So there's something that I've realized is, if you're having a quarter or an eighth, it doesn't make sense planting maize even for silage. This is why, if you want to go big as a dairy farmer or as any other farmer, maize requires more than acre and above. But if you're having an eighth, a quarter, just plant. For me, in this phase, I'm going to plant super napier. I'm going to intercrop with desmodium, and for the first planting, I'll be planting in between the holes. I'll be planting corn. Yeah, so when I'll be cutting the napier, I'll be cutting the corn also for 3 months, and then I'll make silage out of it. So what I've realized is, when you want to go big as a dairy farmer, when you're growing fodder, make sure you grow the fodder. Some suggest that you grow the expensive fodder on your farm and then you buy the cheaper one. But me, I would uh, go this way. Yeah, that's my opinion. I would, like, now you have this ordinary napier grass here, but I had a super napier, but I've already cut all that area, and I'm going to dig it, and then so this area, I'm going to be planting super napier. That's the reason is, super napier, you can cut it 7 to 8 times in a year, but for maize, you are going to cut it for, like, in the place I am, we have 2 seasons in a year. So, but for super napier, you can go for 7 to 8 times in a year. So I'm going to be planting super napier here, but I'll be buying maize for silage. Yeah. The money I'll be getting from the sales of milk, for now, because I have not started breeding cows, I'll be using that money. I'll be saving some, and I'll be buying maize for silage. But for this area, I'll be doing total napier, that is super napier, intercropping with the desmodium for protein purposes. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll be using holes, as I have said. And for those who didn't watch those other videos where I was planting super napier, you should go and check them out. So if you're having a naive, don't plant maize, because you will not get the enough tonnage for the silage. And some have even seen some other farmers going for maize that lasts for 6 months, and you have an 8 acre. So when you have an 8 acre, and you plant maize for silage, it won't even give you the good tons. Yeah. So what I would suggest is just plant super napier or any other fodder that does well in your area, and then you buy like those. So for my case, I'll be buying maize from next season because I already have silage currently. If after this season, I'll be buying maize for silage, and I'll be making silage, and I'll be mixing with super napier. So all these areas you can see from all that area coming, all these until here, these are already super napier, but I've not dug in this area. So I'll be planting super napier all the way up. Even this one, I'm planning to cut it. Yeah, this ordinary napier grass, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to totally remove it. When the rain comes, I'm also going to plant napier so that all these sections would be having super napier. What I also realized is that don't underestimate the nature or the beginnings. Yeah, your small beginnings. Like now, and I'll make video of it. Is for those who have been watching me from the start, you realize that last year, that was 2023, I started with an in-calf lactating cow and a heifer. So by the end of that year, I had 3 cows. So this year, the heifer gave calf down, and I have a calf. Those are 4 cows. Next month, I'm expecting a calf, God willing, from the many one. Those who know many, the white cow. Yeah. So I'll be having 5. So in a span of 2 years, I'm having 2 cows. I'm having 5 cows. That is what I wanted to show farmers or upcoming dairy farmers is that never despise the small beginnings. Grow with time, yeah. Don't rush. Grow with time, and as you grow with time, you keep on learning. You keep on learning. No one knows everything. No one is perfect. Even the vet, even the large scale farmer, they are not always right, yeah, and they are not always perfect. So for my advice is you grow. The point I was trying to drive at when I'm going to be planting napier grass here is my cows or my herd is increasing day by day. Year by year, my herd is going increasing, and the more they increase, the more they require fodder for them to survive. So you have to keep to have that in mind. Don't say you are going to start with 1 cow and you keep on. You don't see the future. You have to see the future, and you have to know exactly what you are supposed to do. Yeah. So plant as much fodder, equip yourself with as much fodder as possible. Yeah. So that is that. Those are the tips. Make sure that you trim the trees. You trim the tree all the way up so that you don't have that shade that will affect the growth of your crops. So all these areas, as you can see, I'll be planting super napier. I'll be cutting these. This is the ordinary one, as you can see it. And here the sun is very hot, but if you put on your prime manure to your napier grass, these are the result. It is very green. My camera is not doing me favor, but it is very, very green. So I'm going to cut all that, and once I've finished planting here, I'll be planting here. So these trees I've not trimmed because we have electric passes there. So, and I don't want to risk my life going to cut it there. So what I'm planning to do is I'll be cutting at the bottom of it, yeah, because they are already near the electric wires you can see there. Yeah, so I'm going to cut them down, uh, and let's see what will happen. So that is it, guys. So once you prepare your land, you just be prepared. Any day, anytime, rain can come, and just be you. Don't give up. Let's keep on pushing, and one day, one time, you will live to say, I did this, I did this, I made it. Yeah, by small beginning. So start small, think smart, and grow big with time. So thank you for your time, and thank you for watching.